Okay, welcome to this max hang session, or a testing session if you've never done it before. For those following a Puccio Performance plan and ROCUP plan, this is referred to as a max hang 1 session, your bread and butter testing session. For this session, you must know how to engage your shoulders. So if you haven't watched that video or you're not sure how to engage your shoulders, click on the link in the description below. We're also going to be mainly focusing on the half crimp. So whilst I'm talking now, I'm going to cut to 3 different grip types. The half crimp will take up at least 6 sets of this session. So the key kind of indicator if you're in half crimp is that your pointer finger or your index finger has got a 90-degree bend at the PIP joint, the main joint. We're also going to be using 2 sets in drag or open hand. That's when your index finger or pointer finger is straight. And for those that are happy to, 2 sets in full crimp. Now, coming back to it now, the reason the half crimp is so important is that on any smaller hold or anything an overhang, it means that we can train, it means that we can maximize the friction through the fingertips. So by lifting our knuckles, it means that we can maximize the pressure through our fingertips. In drag, although it's efficient, or open hand, although it's efficient, so for sport priming, we need to conserve energy, it means you're relying on skin a lot of the time. So if you actually have to bear down and pull on a smaller hold, it's not that great. Full crimp is obviously our maximum pressure, but a lot of that weight's taken by the thumb. So to maximize your kind of strength gains, the 4 fingers in half crimp is ideal. So there's a few other things that we need for this session. One is a scale. So before I start, I need to know my weight. So today I'm 76.4 kilograms. Now for those that are American using pounds, I'll kind of talk about all the description and the info, all the info in the description below. I've also got various weights. So for the first part of this session, I'm going to be adding weight to a harness. The ideal situation in a gym would be to have a dipping belt with loads of weights, with loads of kind of Olympic plates. We're at home, for those that are either in isolation at the moment or subsequently you're just supplementing your normal training, I'm going to add as much as I have around the house. So after the first initial sets where I'm going to add weight to my harness, I'm actually going to start putting stuff into this cooler bag. So I've got some cans here, 24 cans. I've got various weights that can't connect to a sling, so I'm just going to all stuff it in there. So ideally I'm going to have that weight below me, but in this circumstance, like many of you at home, I'm going to add the weight to this rucksack essentially and hang the weight on. So it's important to know your weight and then obviously the weight you're adding to find your max. So my max, we're going to be talking about a 5 to 7 second hang in half grip, shoulders engaged. Now you're going to hit your max if either your shoulders collapse or your finger, your index finger or your fingers start to come out of half grip. That's an immediate indicator that you're done, you're kind of dangerous to carry on. Otherwise, it's basically if you cannot hit that 5 to 7 second mark. 5 seconds is kind of the maximum time that we're going to be training for max strength. So over the next few videos that you'll see, I'm just going to fade them in and out. You'll see me do various sets up to trying to find my maximum, and then we'll join again at my maximum. Note that I have done a full warm-up, so I've done a pulse raise, I've done some dynamic stretches, I've done some band work, and I've done some progressive hangs. So after just doing some scapular pull-ups, I've done some hangs on the 20 mil edge, I've done some on the 15 mil edge, I've done some on the 10 around the other side. So I'm ready to start adding weight, and I'm going to do various sets up to my maximum. Then I'm going to spend 6 sets at my maximum weight. I've got a timer down here, so for every hang, even though it's 5 seconds, I'm going to have a minute rest in between each set. And then when I'm getting to my maximum, that minute can stretch for 2 minutes, provided how your body feels. I've got finger tape on because this one I have no A2 and A3 pulley, the other 2 are just skin issues. So yeah, make sure you maintain good form, and like always, if you've got any questions, get in touch. Joining me on my last few sets. So I've done some on full crimp, 2 sets of full crimp. I've done some in drag, but you're going to join me for the last 2 sets of my half crimp max hangs. I've just added some more weight, and I'm just going to weigh myself on the scales now. So I've got weights here, I've got some weights here, I've got some free weights in here, I've got cans in there, I've got various bits and bobs in here, and I'm just going to weigh myself and then find out what my max is. So my last set was kind of approaching it, so we'll see now. Right, so with all of this on me, I'm basically weighing in at 137.5 kilograms. So I know that my max is around 140, but say for example you're testing for the first time, this is what you're looking for. So the bulk of my weight is still around my waist, but I've got some in my back as well. So I'm going to try and do some sets now. My last 2 sets at around this weight, 140 kilograms, which is about 310 pounds. Yeah, and then I'm going to do lots of kind of wrist curls and stretching following, but enjoy the last 2 sets. I'm going to try and add this bag to my harness as well, just because it's quite a lot of weight to go through my shoulders. So it's ideal to have it all below you, but it's kind of overflowing. So I've had 2 minutes rest, my last one. Still try and maintain this hollow body position, so tuck my tailbone in, suck my belly button in for the last 5 seconds. So there we have it. That's my max session. So from now on, I don't have to kind of slowly build up and kind of waste energy trying to find my max. I know from now, there or thereabouts at my max at 140 kilograms or about 310 pounds. So my next session, I'll warm up, I'll still do a few progressive hangs, but I don't need to try and find that limit. I'm going to really make sure that I'm in good form, and like I said, without that big wide dipping belt, it does get much more painful with the harness, but it's what we've got to do whilst we're at home. But yeah, so I'm going to go next time, try and break that. And even if you're adding 0.25, a quarter of a kilogram, or you're adding a pound here and there, you always track your session so you can record your data, and then you can see for that progression. If, for example, I do this style of session for 6 weeks and I start to see that top end figure plateau, I know that my body's kind of struggling to adapt. It'll be hard to make progression. So what I'll do is probably drop the size of the rung and go to a 15mm edge, or focus on either a max hang 2 session, which will be coming soon, or I'll be going for a micro hang session, so just trying to hold on as smaller edge as possible, maybe with a bit of weight added if I can't drop even to, like for example for me, I can hold the 8mm, I can't hold the 6mm, so it could be 8mm with a couple of kilograms added rather than the 6mm, or if I can drop to a 6mm, I know some people are holding 4mm, whatever you can do to shock the body. It could be that I'm going to be doing 1-arm hangs. A video will be coming soon on that, featuring Puccio. So that's my max hang session. I'll probably aim for, like I said, 6 to 10 sets. 4 of those sets will be varying grip, so whether it's drag or full crimp, and the bulk of it will be in half crimp. I know my weight now, so I'm going to go and track my data on my recording sheet. 140 kilograms. I hit 2 sets of that. 4 sets I was kind of between 130 and 138 kilograms, and with my full crimp and drag I was around 135 kilograms. So I'm going to record all of that, and then when it comes to my sessions I'm going to monitor that progression over the next kind of 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll go from there. I hope you enjoy. Any questions, just write them in the comments below.